Alright guys, how is going? It's day number 96 of my talk in front of the camera, and today I don't have any introduction. I just want to start because I feel pretty exhausted. It's 5 p.m. and usually I record those videos at 11 12 a.m. top, but today I totally forgot about it, and I need to do that. So let's just get started, and I'm going to talk about social media. The first question is, when did you start using social media? And I don't really remember. Like, I know that it was in primary school, but I'm not sure about specific age. Like, was it whether 7, 8, or 9 years old? I don't remember. So I guess between 8, 9 years old. It was my age when I started using social media. Alright, do you think you spend too much time on social media? No, nowadays not at all. However, sometimes I think I spend too much time to communicate, but at the same time, this communication is in English. I mostly text in English, even with my friends who are from Ukraine. Like we both know Ukrainian language, but we anyway communicate in English just because it's funnier, like, and it's more useful in my case at least. So, and if you're talking about an issue with procrastination and watching reels, TikToks, I have no this problem at all. I don't know how, but I can control myself. Like, I don't watch TikTok at all. The only that I watch is sometimes every now and then, like Instagram reels, and yeah. But it's not that much time for real. Like, not even every day. So I don't count it as a huge issue. So I don't really think that I spend too much time on social media. Alright, do your friends use social media? Bro, of course. Like, I don't know any person who don't use social media nowadays. Like, it's probably impossible to survive without social media, since there are other opportunities like studying, working, communication, um, engaging activities and stuff like that. So yeah, each of my friends use social medias. So what do people often do on social media? Mostly they are just wasting their time because they're endlessly scrolling, just browsing something, and there's no reason for that. So whether it's reels and you're watching a bunch of videos, or some another stuff, I don't know, you are watching stories of some people or communicate with someone, but in general, I think that, like, about 5 years ago, social media were created to communicate mostly, but nowadays it's a pretty great tool um, to control people. You know, when they're watching a bunch of videos, about a bunch of short videos, um, it's kind of not really useful for them. And I mean, not useful. Mostly nowadays people use their social media to watch reels and to read about news, I guess. So what's your favorite social media platform? Why? To be honest, it's not the easiest question because I don't really use a lot of social medias. Mostly I have only three, like Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube, and three of them are crucial for me. There are also like LinkedIn, Media, Discord, and stuff like that, but it's not that important because mostly I communicate in Instagram and Telegram, and I use YouTube for studying, watching different stuff, and I can say that I have only one. Once I thought what social media I would use if I got such question, and I don't know, for real, each of them is very important for me, and I can refuse of none of them. I can just refuse. I mean, so has uh, has your use of social media changed over time? I guess yes, because even back then I realized that I spend too much time in TikTok, for example. I could spend about 2-3 hours per day just watching short videos, and nowadays it's mostly for communication. Like I use social media to communicate with others, and don't just waste my time with those videos. And I'm even trying not to pay attention to stories on Instagram, to be focused, to not distract on anything. So yeah, like it's changed. I can say that it changed significantly because there are no that much stuff that we can do in social media. And previously, by the way, we just hadn't such opportunity to watch those short videos. But anyway, several years ago, I've been watching them, and then I stopped, and now I mostly use social media to talk with others, or with. So let's move on. It's part two. Describe a time when you saw something interesting on social media. You should say what it was, where you saw it, who posted it, and explain why you found it interesting or memorable. And it's a great question because I don't remember anything captivating from social medias. Let me talk about another thing. I can explain my vision in this case, why I think that there's nothing interesting, because there are a bunch of content. For real, nowadays there are a bunch of content, and you are constantly, each 5-10 seconds, you are swiping to watch the next video, and it leads to of course not to the best consequences. But I'm not talking about this. I mean that you can't remember like literally anything. You're watching about 2 hours those videos, you have watched about 100-200 videos, and you don't remember anything. Like you're just overwhelmed with dopamine, with cheap dopamine hits, and you don't remember anything. So I can say that I really saw something interesting, something captivating to that point that I understand it now, that I remember it until nowadays, and to talk about it here. So I don't know, I'm trying to find something in my mind, but genuinely I can't do it, because usually it's garbage. Just the content that we are consuming is garbage. Are I the only interesting, by the way? I just got myself having one idea. It's a content, like as I mentioned, every now and then I open my TikTok. I don't open my TikTok. I open my Instagram to watch some reels, and mostly I have English content. And the only interesting thing is the woman who stays in front of the camera, and in nutshells explain what does some words means, some similar words, similar or words between each other. And it's pretty interesting. And it's useful. And I even created a page when I'm saving those videos. I don't rewatch them, but I hope once I will check it. So alright, let's move on because I don't have anything to talk about here further. So the theme is impact of social media. So how has social media changed the way people communicate? I don't know, it's more than 10 times I was talking about this question. Of course, social media changed everything in this life, completely in this life, because previously when we had in social media, we had to communicate only in real life, probably due to kind of journals or magazines, you know. So probably due to this stuff, but I wasn't born in the time to remember it, so I just guess. And mostly, alright, mostly it's communication in real life, and you have to talk with person is in person. You have to talk with person in person. Yes, but when social media appeared in our life, it became much more easier. I mean, nowadays we don't need to put any efforts to go outside to communicate with someone, to get acquainted with some strangers. It's enough to pick up your phone, to open social media, and to write any person you want. You know, so we got much more easier access. Like it's really it's really accessible to talk with others, and we don't need to put a bunch of efforts. Also, we don't even need to open our mouths. We are able to text something, you know, and it's kind of cool. Like there are advantages and disadvantages, but I'm not going to talk about it because this question uh, will take too much time. So, do you think social media helps people feel more connected or more isolated? I guess it depends on the person because there are two types of people. For example, one type of people prefer to isolate themselves from the world and just live in social medias. And it's a bad way of using social medias because you don't live this life, you are spending it inside social medias. However, there are another point of view, like another type of people, and it's a type of people who use social media in additional to communication in real life. Like sometimes when they return home, it's a great tool to uh, let someone know about something, you know, like you're able to agree with your friend, like to do something for the next day. And it's a great application um, of this I can't think properly, like it's a great application of social media. And like in terms of second example that I've just told about, it's useful. In terms of first example, it's useless. So it's kind of not even depends on social media. Like, does it help or no? It depends on the person. Oh my god, I don't know. It feels so hard today. All right, what are some of the negative effects of using social media too often? If you're using social media too often, it's easy to face burnout, for example. It's easy to get too much hits of easy dopamine, and as a result, you have no desire to do anything. You don't have any motivation to do something, you know. And it's really sad that people don't realize the severity of the problem of using too much social media, and they don't understand why life is not that bright as it was in the past. But the problem is social media. So I mean that mindful usage of social media is crucial. And alright, I continue, and I forgot what I was talking about, and I guess I answered that question. So I was talking something about the mindful usage, and it's crucial to avoid like burnout, to avoid mental problems, and yeah. So there are some negative effects if you can't use it rationally. Alright, let's move on. So, should schools teach students how to use social media responsibly? I guess yes, it would be a great skill. At least, not only teach how to use it wisely, but also it's important to teach them what kind of consequences you will face if you won't follow those advices. Because it's important to realize, since you are just falling in dopamine. Wait, let me check the one word. Dopamine pit. Yeah, it's probably pit. In dopamine pit, and it's hard to realize on your own what's going on, how to fix it, and yeah. So it would be useful to teach students at school about that, and to keep them aware what kind of how to use social media properly, what time is the most suitable, like to avoid burnout and overwhelming, and what kind of consequences you can face if you won't follow those advices. So do you think social media will become more or less popular in the future? Why? To be honest, I can't imagine how that's possible that social media become less popular, because nowadays there are new stuff, there are more opportunities due to social media, and people want to use the stuff. People are tend to use everything that they are provided with. So yes, I think it will be only more and more popular. So it's impossible to forget about social media. Like, probably there will be some stuff better than social media, and people will forget about it, but I don't really think so. It's definitely will be not in the sooner future. All right, how do companies and influencers use social media to reach people? To be honest, nowadays it's a huge impact on people, just from influencers, from companies, because a bunch of people, billions of people are using social medias, and it's the easiest way to let them know about your product, about something that you want to share with them. So this is the way to buy an advertisement in some celebrities, in some famous people in those social media. So of course, different companies who are interested in making their product big, more popular, they're using social media for that, and advertisement inside it application, and also influencers, they're getting money. It's their salary from that advertisement that they're showing for us, and yeah, it's, I mean that influencers are using social media to reach people. Companies are using social media to reach people, and even some, for example, artists who made their new album, they're making merchandiser, and they're selling it. And yeah, I mean, it's one of the ways when influencers use social media to reach people and to sell them something, for example. And a bunch of communication is through those social medias. All right, so that's all for today, and yeah, it's only 4 days, and I will be free. However, I don't really want to stop do that. It's not because of my desire, but I realized that it's really useful to speak. It's the only way I try to use new vocabulary. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard because I'm using vocabularies that has stuck in my mind and that I can use without thinking. And usually, to use new vocabulary, I need to reflect on a bit, and it makes this process harder. So I don't know, I will see. I'll try to come up with some idea, but that's all for today, and see you next time.